Friend, your time here is done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What will I do? Where will I go? Whom will I talk to? Who will speak to me? How will I get along? I mean, I feel like I know people are going to get you a cake, but they really should get me a cake because.
But it's enough about Karen. How will I carry on?
Let's get back to me.
Leaders from Asheville and Buncombe County.
From the newsroom to the nursery.
We're juggling a demanding career on live TV with the demands of motherhood.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Karen.
They are AnchorMoms.
Hi, Katie.
Hey, Karen.
Welcome into AnchorMoms, friends. Katie and I were talking before we started to hit record. I went out on the town last night on a weeknight, on a school night.
Oh, this is your story?
What? No.
I was going to say, I feel like we sat down and we were, we always discuss like, all right, what are we going to chat about here before we get into it? And you just went in a completely opposite direction.
I'm just, calling an audible.
Okay. You can do that now.
I can. Yeah. So I went out last night and I went out with
on a school night, by the way. It was like a Wednesday night.
I was out till midnight.
What?
Yeah. And I went out with the young people at work. So I felt very out of my element.
We're not the young people anymore.
We are not. We are far from the young people at work.
Are we the middle-aged people?
I think we're the old people.
No.
I think we're the old people.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is that true? There are people here who are older than us.
Barely. I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to run through the ages of everybody who works here, but I'm just here to tell you, I feel like we are solidly in the middle. No?
I don't know.
I feel like there is a big contingency of young people. That's like people in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
There's like
some 30s.
There are some 30s?
There's some 30s. There's some 40s.
Yeah.
That's us.
Thank you. Oh, really? Thank you. Thanks for clarifying.
The reason I'm bringing this up, I thought of you last night because around, I don't know, 10 p.m.
You were like, Katie's been in bed for several hours.
I literally was like, Katie's fast asleep right now. Not in like a nasty dive bar bathroom.
Nope. No.
Drinking a beer.
No.
And I was...
Although that does sound rather delightful. I won't lie to you.
It was funny because I was having a lot of fun, but I also was like, on the flip side, I could be in bed.
Yeah.
Like Katie, snoozing away.
That's how you know you're getting old, when you sort of just reflect on what you could be doing, and it's in your bed, and you're like, that sounds nice.
It was just a very kind of out-of-body experience. And then I was also thinking back, when I was in my 20s, I would go out on school nights.
I don't know if I ever really did.
Oh, I did.
That was just never part of my... I always think I wanted to be at home more so than I wanted to be like out and about on the town, even when I'm in my 20s. I think.
I bet not.
I don't know. This feels so long ago.
I know. But now that I'm a short timer, I feel like I can.
What's our countdown now?
I have about 3 more weeks of work, maybe.
Okay, just to recap, if you missed last week's episode, Karen is leaving News 13, leaving the biz. And then AnchorMoms is ending. But you should really go back and listen to last week's episode and then come back to this one.
Yes. We talk about it at the end, I think.
I don't know.
Of last week's episode.
No, I think we talk about it at the beginning. I don't know.
But anyway, it's been a tough decision, but it's starting to sink in. For a long...
you seem really upset about it right now.
I have been really upset about it. I've shed a lot of tears.
You seem devastated.
As you know, Katie, I've shed lots of tears. I really have. But as these things go, you debate it and you discuss it and you think it through and you cry and you write down pros and cons and you do all those things. And then eventually at some point you just have to pack it up and
you're in that acceptance stage.
The acceptance stage, yes. Good. Because I'm being forced to, because I'm, it's getting close now.
It's getting close. What did you say? How many weeks?
2 or 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it is sad. And we're sad about AnchorMoms.
We are. I think we're most sad about that. Here at News 13, the policy is that so once you turn in your badge and you leave, HR sends an email the next day that's like, Karen Zakalak no longer works at News 13. If she comes by, please treat her as a guest. And it's like a safety protocol, but it's like, that's how you know,
It's like nail in the coffin.
Exactly. And so people will like frequently talk about like people who have left here. I will forward that email to like their personal email to be like, you really are, you've gone. Just because it's like sort of surreal, I'm guessing, I haven't been through this, to like finally see your name on the so-and-so has left the building and
will not be returning.
And will not be returning, and they are guests
someone's last day was yesterday.
I haven't seen that email yet.
It just came out, and I just literally sent it to her.
Yeah.
Like exactly what you just said.
I'll do
to
that
be
for
like,
you.
Yep, friend, your time here is done.
What will I do? Where will I go? Whom will I talk to? Who will speak to me? How will I get along? I mean, I feel like I know people are going to get you a cake, but they really should get me a cake because.
But it's enough about Karen. How will I carry on?
Let's get back to me. And I really think
I'm the one who needs a cake. I'm the one who needs a party and a card.
I mean, I think like if you're leaving on a Tuesday, we should do Katie Killen Day on Wednesday because it's going to be a rough road.
I mean, the good news is.
What's the good news?
We are truly friends in life and live about, I don't know, maybe a mile from each other.
But I won't even like leave this building without like being like, I'm leaving. Like sometimes I don't even have anything specifically to tell you. But I leave before Karen because
you come in before
I come in before her. So like I'll just go over and be like, I have to walk around the newsroom like, hey, I'm leaving. And you're like, oh, okay. See ya. Like there's not even like a real purpose to it other than like, got to tell your bestie that you're leaving,
Well, you can text me and be like, hey, I'm leaving work, Karen.
Leaving work.
What you up to? I mean, I don't know. They're hiring lots of new people, so maybe you'll find a new bestie.
Oh, stop.
One of these 20-year-olds that goes out on a school night.
Will even speak to them. Like it will never be the same. Like what happens when somebody sits at your desk? I'm going to like tape it off with yellow caution tape so that no one can do it. I'm going to turn it into a memorial. A Karen Zakalak memorial.
There is a picture, like a I don't know, 8x10 maybe, a fairly larger picture of me on the wall with the other Karen who works at WLOS. And the other day she's like, what's going to happen to that picture
I don't know. I'm going to take it.
Know.
I'm going to take it and like put it at my desk. I already have like lots of Karen pictures. Like you have like pictures of your family, but I have at least 2 Karen Zakalak pictures on my desk.
You also have a mug with my face on it, among other people's faces,
dude.
We also have the gigantic AnchorMoms poster that we're not sure what to do with.
No, it's gonna live at my desk. I'm gonna remind everybody in this building about AnchorMoms
all the time.
Mm-hmm. Every new
remember
person,
that podcast?
Yeah, every new person who starts, I'm gonna be like, oh hi,
I'm Katie.
Hey, did you see? Hi, I don't know if did you see this? Oh, yeah, this. Oh, yeah. I used to be on a podcast
with this real cool girl who no longer works here.
I know. You'll be one of those, and because you've been here long enough, but I've been here longer. And sometimes I'll be like, did you know so-and-so? And you're like, nope. Like,
I started after them.
Before my time. Or like, how about so-and-so? Like, that's like a common theme that happens in this building because we have people who, come here for 2-year stints and then come here for like 20 years. So you never know, like, were you here when that crazy reporter was here? Yes or no is the answer.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's going to be you soon. Like, hey, do you remember like Karen Zakalak?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like,
you got to stay. You got to stay forever so that there's always someone who can be like, yes, I remember Karen. Here's a poster of her.
Oh, in all seriousness, I'm literally devastated and I'm not ready for this. So
I mean, I'm not sure that I am either, but here we go. Sometimes I just feel like sometimes you just have to have a leap of faith.
I think so.
I said this to someone the other day when they were talking about me leaving, and I was like, you just got to jump, right?
You got to bet on yourself.
You got to jump.
That should be like your new motto.
Put it
on your like
bumper
Instagram
sticker?
Profile.
You got to jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's odd. Should we just get into the articles?
I don't really want to. I kind of just want to lament.
We do have, just so everyone knows, we have one more episode next week that I think we will just probably chat.
Just lament. Get ready. Bring the tissues.
Because
a mimosa.
because, you know, it just feels like we need to
Digress one last time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that anyone wants to listen to us talk for 30 minutes. But I guess if you're listening now, you do. We appreciate you. We've appreciated you for the last 6 years.
Oh, I feel myself getting a little emotional. So let's get to this episode.
Let's just talk about birth rates.
Okay, hey, do you want to talk about birth rates?
Yes.
Okay. So this one's from parents.com, and the title is "The Number of People Over 40 Giving Birth Surpasses Teens for the First Time." A new study indicates that people are becoming first-time parents at ages 40 and over more frequently. And yeah, research shows more parents than ever starting families in their 40s. The reasons are interesting. Travel, work, keeping lives calm before the chaos starts. I also think that, and this article goes into this, for like fertility treatments are also huge, right? But they've made such scientific advancements that it's more and more possible to have a baby later over the age of 40, right? And by the way, people are also having fewer kids than ever before. Between 1990 and 2023, the number of babies dropped by 14%, and then the number continues to drop here every year. And the reasons people give for this, this is not breaking news: increasing costs of homes, childcare, or growing focus among many young people on travel and careers. Goes on to say, just what we said, in terms of people having babies in their 40s, advancement in fertility has advanced, meaning having babies at this age is more feasible, less of a risk to the mom. And there are a couple of risks associated with having babies in your 40s. If you have, if you've been at that geriatric age, I think over 35, you probably, and are pregnant, that you know what those risks are. But this article also talks about there's a lot of benefits to giving birth over the age of 40. You're wiser. Your finances are in better shape. That the pregnancy is planned and desired, which means better outcomes for parents and families.
You talked about the birth rate dropping 14%, but parents having kids between 35 and 39 rose 71%. This one really shocked me. Between 40 and 45, 127% increase.
Wow.
Yeah. I think the other thing too is, I had 2 geriatric pregnancies. So I think I can kind of speak to this. I think that for a long time, it was almost like, can we even do it? Like, can or should women even have babies that late? And I think now that we know, and the article talks about this, doctors are like, yeah, it's okay. Like everyone, it'll be fine. We can do this. It's possible. And it's going to be okay. There's just been this shift of like, oh, okay, that's an option now. I just think for so many years it wasn't really even
like people would stop trying after the age of 35.
I think people thought that like, oh, I just can't do that. That's like not safe or not healthy or like not even a possibility. And now it's kind of like the door's been opened of like, yeah, this is okay. And there's even doctors in this article who were saying like, again, with the advances in fertility technology and being able to freeze your eggs and things like that, it's just a kind of a whole new ballgame.
Yeah.
Right. But to see that so many more people, to see the stats you knew it was happening, but it's pretty incredible how much it's happening.
But it's not surprising. I feel like, as you said, it's not like I'm not surprised about this because I just think about people in my own life who are having kids later in life. Do you know what I mean?
For sure. But I just think seeing the actual numbers and the fact that
121%, that's huge. Yeah.
And that, as the headline says, we're now surpassing, the number of older people having babies surpassing the number of teenagers.
Which is great, right?
Which is great.
And it talks about how the U.S. has been trying to put a dent in that number of teenagers having babies for years. And obviously they've been successful. So cheers to having babies in your 40s.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm here for it. I have a real zinger from Mum's the Word.
Oh, I'm scared.
As our last Mum's the Word here.
One more time, harmonize with me. Mums. Okay, well.
All right.
Even after all these years, that sounds terrible.
I don't even know if I can get through this.
Okay.
Um,
It's a Mom's, right?
It's a Mom's.
Okay.
My husband bought it.
Oh, Greg.
They now make a bidet that you can install in your toilet.
What? Greg got a bidet?
Gregory bought in our newly renovated master bathroom a bidet. This is a thing.
Like, I have so many questions.
I did as well.
Okay. Did he tell you he was going to do this?
Nope.
Is this some early
Nope.
Mother's Day present?
Nope. A box shows up on our door with Tushy on it.
Right on
and
the
I'm
nose,
like,
huh?
what's going on here? What's in this box? And he says, oh, I'm so excited about this.
Cheap Greg got a bidet? Like, I
bidet.
literally am so confused about this. Yeah. I love you, Greg, but we all know
love that
you don't want to spend any money.
I love that you said this because, which P.S. I think he's really not cheap. I think
You're
I'm the
cheap.
cheap one, and I think he just like
goes along with it.
I think so.
Okay.
But anyway, I said, how much did this set us back? And he said, oh, don't worry about it. It wasn't that much. I
Did you
moved
look at the
along.
Amazon
Then I
account?
looked at the Amazon account. Just as a heads up, folks, $200.
Greg bought a $200 bidet?
$200 bidet.
Okay. I'm just
Okay.
writing this down. What I do should
Take notes.
Tushy. But I don't even know how you spell bidet.
Neither
How do you
did our
spell-
children. Bidet.
Okay.
They keep calling it a bidet.
Yeah.
It's not a bidet. So listen, I brought this up in the newsroom yesterday because I was like, what? When I discovered the cost.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what, guys, what's happening?
I thought you were going to say it was like $29.99 or something.
No. And apparently our sweet podcast editor, Matthew, filled me in. He was like, oh, is it a Tushy? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, this is being advertised all over social media right now.
It ain't on my social media.
Well, maybe it's geared toward men. I don't know. Another gentleman in the newsroom said, oh, yeah, my doctor is recommending this.
wait.
I'm like,
first of all,
what?
wait. What? Why would
Mhm.
you admit that your doctor is recommend? Like, I'm like, what's happening in your medical?
No, I don't think it was like him in particular. It just like came up and the doctor was like, these are great. Have you heard of these? Yeah. I don't know.
I'm literally learning so much right now.
I know. I'm telling you, this is a big one. I was like, look, I've lived in Europe. It's a European thing. Why are we doing this in America? What is happening? But I think this is a trend. I guess maybe it's more geared toward men. I don't know. But
I feel like I want to text Brian. Is the Tushy bidet showing up in your socials? And he's probably like, oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, I know.
It's on the way. I just ordered it. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's in the bathroom. I felt like I needed to like try it before I brought it up on the podcast.
Okay. And you love it?
I
Can't live
think I
without it?
like it. I've only done it once.
I always feel like I'm like, oh
yeah.
oh,
It's like,
woo.
woo. Oh. Is this TMI on the podcast? I don't know.
We only have 1.5 episodes left.
This is
so
how
it
we go
doesn't-
out, folks,
doesn't
with a
matter.
bang. Going out with a bang. I think I like it. I'm just more perplexed by the whole
Do
trend.
you push like a button?
Yeah, there's like a button. It's like a new toilet seat situation. And then it's very nice, sleek looking, trendy looking. And you like turn a button. It's real easy peasy. Very clean. It like cleans itself, the mechanism. Gregory was telling me. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm more just bringing this up because now I'm curious. Like, are other people talking about this? Is this a thing? Is this a trend? Or is everyone going to have bidets in the U.S.?
Then it is gonna be on my social media feed. Okay, great. This sounds interesting. What color is it?
It's white. It's just like a normal toilet seat.
what
Like
did-
you wouldn't even know walking into my bathroom that we had one unless you noticed the knob.
Greg's not on social media, is he?
Yeah. He's on some. Although I did mention to him last night, I was like, oh yeah, now I know the reason behind the bidet is, a coworker was saying that it's all over, it's being advertised all over the place. And he said, oh, I haven't seen it on there. I just
Was thinking about it?
I just came up with it. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess
We'll have to
it's
take in. Okay.
I guess it's like the bathroom renovation made
Inspired him. He's like,
like,
let's
what
get
else-
comfortable in here. Let's get clean.
What
and
else can we
comfortable."
do in the bathroom? That's,
I sort of love this.
to step
this
it
is
up?
like a new Gregory.
I know.
I'm gonna.
I
Ask,
was very.
the next time I come to your house, I'm
shocked.
gonna be like, "Excuse me."
I need to go use your bidet. Come on over.
Do your kids love it?
I mean, we haven't let them try it
No,
yet.
don't, because I feel like your kids will be like, they
Using
won't
it all
work
the time.
and tomorrow. It won't work by tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to like, in fact, he was like, Henry, you want to help me install it? And I'm like, no. Let's like not.
Let's not advertise this in our house.
Yeah, like the kids
Yeah.
need to stay away.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want them, like you don't really want your kids in your bathroom anyway. Like they're just going to make a mess.
I feel like River like camps in every section of my life.
Oh
like,
yeah, for
her,
sure.
like,
I mean, they're in there, but I don't want them.
Like I know, I agree. But like I have like, I mean, I just have River. The evidence of River is like everywhere in my house.
Oh, yes.
Everywhere.
100%.
My house, my bedroom, my closet, my bathroom.
Hopefully not the bidet.
Well, now I'm like, we're doing a bathroom renovation. Do we need a bidet?
You might need a
A
bidet.
bidet?
All right. I don't even know if we can get through the rest of these
I know.
articles. The next one is how to raise kind children. Don't buy them bidets. No.
Well, why not? Maybe they're
Um,
feeling, that might be, they're feeling clean and fresh and they're feeling good.
Lead by example, talk it over, and get a dog.
I love all of these.
So this article talks about children are more empathetic and have more positive interactions and more satisfying relationships with friends and family if they're being kind. And it says kindness is really a simple but powerful way to help children feel calmer and happier. So it goes through a list of, I don't know, maybe 10 ideas on how to teach your children to be more kind. But the first one, and mainly the big one, is to be a role model. Like if you're being kind to other people, if you're teaching, if you're showing them that, they will inherently see it, feel it, live it, and be more kind.
Mhm.
So if we are being kinder people, our children will therefore become kinder people.
Okay. Love it.
But it also talks about, and I'm glad some of these things we do, but some of them I'm glad to hear about. Conversations are key. You know, asking your kids things like, what kind things did you see or do today? Was anyone kind in your class? Did your teacher do something kind? Acknowledging and praising them. You know, the other thing it talks about is that it's natural for kids to seem egocentric, which I was really glad they brought this up because I do feel like sometimes I feel like my children are very kind. And then other times I'm like, oh my gosh, you selfish little brat.
I
Like,
know.
what?
But I mean, this
Where is
article
coming
talks
from?
about it's like a developmental thing.
But they're saying if you're a kid, if you're 5 or 6 or however old, of course your world revolves around you because you don't know any better.
Yeah.
You know, even if you are a kind person, there's still going to be times where you're like, I want dessert. I want a toy. I want that, you know,
Mhm.
just because you don't have the life wisdom and knowledge and
Mhm.
experience yet to be thinking about how can I help my brother or my sister or my mom or my dad. So I think that was a good reminder. And then at the end it says, if all else fails, get a dog. Nothing teaches kids more about caring and kindness than loving a dog.
It's true. When are you going to get your family another
I guess
dog?
we need to get another dog.
It's time.
Okay, guys.
you have some
We weren't quite ready to get a dog, but your kindness depends on it.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're
Yeah.
getting a dog.
I think you should. You have some extra time on your hands now.
Yeah. I like this. I think these are some good
Did we
tips.
say this? Kindness is contagious. A kind act can positively affect up to 125 people because the person you're kind to feels happier, so is more likely to be kind. And then
Yeah, it
it's
just
just like,
spreads.
it's like a domino effect.
It's like the bucket. Do you have that
Yes.
bucket book?
Yes.
Filling your bucket,
Yes.
filling other people's buckets. Like that.
All right. Is this our last article ever on
Maybe.
AnchorMoms?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hope it's a good one.
Me too. It comes from Scary Mommy, and the title is
That's fitting. We've had a lot of scary mommy episodes over the years.
People are sharing the most impactful things their mom ever said to them. Some are good, some are bad. So I think on Reddit, somebody asked,
Mhm.
I think maybe they were raising some foster kids or, kids who were adopting, and they were like, okay, I want to get this right. What is like some of the most impactful things that your mom has said to you, both negative and positive? And I thought it was interesting, but not surprising. One of the most common responses was how important it is to tell your kid that you love them. One person said, as a child, my parent rarely, and I do mean rarely, ever said, I love you. And I honestly don't even remember them telling me that they loved me as a child, but I assume they did. And that really had a big impact on her. But somebody else says, like, my mom would say, you were born to make me happy and you're doing a good job, which is so sweet. I love you every minute of every day whenever I leave the house. So sweet.
I wrote that one down. I love that one.
And when you need help, no matter what, you can always tell me, one responder said. And then she says, then I got pregnant as a teen and I needed her help and she was right. I could tell her. She was so mad and so supportive. So then other people talk about some of the most critical things or things negatively that impacted their life that their mom said. People who sort of made dismissive comments, or we talk about this sometimes on the podcast occasionally, as a lot, not just kids, people want to be seen and understood. And so if you say things like, stop being so sensitive, or one person said, their mom said, don't you ever stop to breathe? You don't know, you don't have to say everything you think, right? Like basically saying like stop talking. Yeah.
Which, trust me, all of us as moms, I think sometimes want to say, but obviously you shouldn't. Like,
So, gosh, one person said that their parents said, you make it so difficult for me to love you.
Oof.
And, this article ends just saying, like, it feels like it's not too hard to just tell your kids that you love them, you support them, and I think most importantly that they are enough. And I honestly, we've said this time and time and again on this podcast, this doesn't just apply to your kids. It applies to probably your spouse, your friends, your loved ones, everybody. It's good advice for everybody.
Yeah. One of the other ones I liked was, on a positive one, was a person talked about how their mom always said, I believe in you.
I know. So sweet.
It is. It's nice to hear, as a parent, you always think about or I do a lot of, well, okay, what are my kids going to remember? What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What are they going to remember? You want to just be like, okay, can you please remember all the good things
and not the bad
not remember the bad thing. Sometimes you want to be like, wait, did you remember that? Did you write
that down?
Like that's a core memory right there.
Yeah.
Like save that one. That's a good one.
Core memory.
Oh, when I got upset earlier, that didn't really happen.
Just get rid of that. Yeah.
But it's nice to hear that. I think if no matter what, if you're showing up and saying, showing love, support, you're here, that you support the child, then that's what they're going to, according to this article, that's what they're going to remember. That's what's going to mean the most to them. And that's what's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay. I have
a win.
Win. Okay. All right, it's enough. So we went to River is just wrapping up spring break, and we went to New York for spring break to spend some time with family. But one of the things that River had said over Christmas when we were in New York is that she wanted to go to the Statue of Liberty. And we were like, oh, let's make it happen. Brian's from Long Island. He still has family there. We had family members coming from Pennsylvania. So 12 of us went to the Statue of Liberty, which is, and of course it's spring break. It's Easter weekend. It was packed to the gills.
I haven't been there in
mean,
decades.
I had seen it. We were camping in New Jersey one time when I was in elementary school, and we took the ferry over. But you wouldn't believe how many of Brian's friends who grew up in New York, who now live in Manhattan, who were like, oh yeah, I've never seen the Statue of Liberty. Mostly because I think Manhattanites, New Yorkers, don't want the hassle of having to do the ferry. And,
Makes sense.
It's just a lot
more of like a tourist thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of rigmarole. But so when we flew into LaGuardia, and River could see the Statue of Liberty,
fun.
which was super cool. Like she was like, oh my gosh, she was so excited. It ended up being such a great trip. We went to Ellis Island, and she was so pumped about it.
That's great. Like I'm just thinking though, for a 6-year-old, that's interesting that she's so into it because it's not necessarily like, Legoland, a zoo,
right?
Something
like
that
that's what was great about it.
yeah.
Is it felt like it was. I mean, not to be a geek here, but it was
Educational.
fun, but it felt educational.
Mm-hmm.
Ellis Island. I'll be honest with you. If I do it again, I wanted to spend less time at the Statue of Liberty, more time at Ellis Island.
Mm-hmm.
It was so powerful, but by the time we got there, we were tired,
exhausted.
It was just a really long day.
What goes on at Ellis Island?
Ellis Island, of course, is.
I mean,
yes.
like what do you do there?
Like you can go through different exhibits, and they have restored it to what it looked like when people were coming over. So like you're in the room where they would, and like
check people in.
Check people in, or like inspect them for health issues, and like the holding areas.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
It is so fascinating. I highly, highly recommend it. Like a side note, my 14-year-old niece dropped her cell phone off the Statue of Liberty. So there was drama as well. Like it was just a full day. It did not, it believe it or not, it still turned on. And
she got it and
she got it. A park ranger went and got it. It fell into a construction area right down below the
I can't
pedestal.
believe they got it.
They got it and it still turned on. It was ultimately broken, but it was just like a whole day of like,
just a lot.
Family, like we were crying, we were laughing, we were, shuttled around with like the massive humanity. It was just so fun. And this is when you were saying like you hope that your kid remembers this. Like I hope that she remembers that we went to the Statue of Liberty. Honestly, it was kind of like all her idea. And we somehow got
everybody on board.
And nephews and my aunt, or River's aunt, my sister-in-law, like my mother-in-law went, which was really fun for River. Like it was just a really great day.
Here's what I do. I just talk about those things that I want to be core memories a lot in hopes that it just like sears into your brain.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So just keep talking about it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, isn't it funny how I can barely remember anything from when I'm 6, and that sort of makes me sad. Like I want to be like, hey, like I was older than River was when I went to the Statue of Liberty for the first time.
And you barely remember it.
Vaguely. Like it is like a vague memory. Like I just, isn't that sad?
It is. But I'm glad you had a nice trip. Sounds lovely.
Highly recommend. As long as you have patience and some alcohol for afterwards. Just because
and don't drop your phone.
And hold on to that phone, guys. I know you want that picture, but you probably want your phone more.
All right. Well, listen, we'll wrap up here, and then we have one more parting episode coming up next week. So thanks for tuning in.
Hey, and just really quick, if you guys have any funny episodes or funny topics that have come in, like the toast tongs, that has come up several times if you've listened to that episode. If you have something like
favorite discussion,
shoot us a DM on Instagram or shoot us a message so that we can see if we can. Speaking of like good memories, we've been doing this podcast for 6 years, so let's see what we can
drudge up.
Yes.
For next episode. Bye.
Anchor Moms is a Sinclair podcast produced out of WLOS in Asheville. We're your hosts, Katie Killen and Karen Zakalak. Anchor Moms is edited by Matthew Yates.
For more information on the topics discussed in this episode and to stay up to date on future episodes, follow us on Instagram @AnchorMoms.
You can follow Anchor Moms on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Know a parent who could benefit from this week's Anchor Moms episode? Your recommendations help our show to grow, so spread the word.